Good morning everybody, this is Mujibur Rahman from Raghu International School. In our previous video, what did we discuss? We discussed the simple past, which form of the verb do we use in the simple past, and also which auxiliary do we use in the simple past. Afterwards, what did we discuss? How do we use simple past? Before that, we understood when do we use the simple past, right? Even definition we wrote on the board in the previous video. Okay, let us revise them briefly once. The first, which form of the verb do we use in the simple past? So we use the simple past form of the verb in the simple past. So examples we wrote and we understood. Next, what are the auxiliaries? How many auxiliaries are there in the simple past? We have only one auxiliary, that is did. So we use only did auxiliary for all the pronouns, all the main pronouns for I, you, we, they. But if you talk about the simple present, there we have two different auxiliaries, and one auxiliary is applicable for only certain pronouns like I, you, we, they refers only do auxiliary, and he, she, it refers only does auxiliary, right? There are two auxiliaries, but here we have only one auxiliary, that is did, and that we use for all the pronouns. Okay, here we need not to divide the pronouns for the auxiliaries, right? How we divided in the simple present. Here for all the pronouns we use only did auxiliary. And when we talk about the affirmative sentence, positive sentence, we need not to use any auxiliary because that is a statement, right? Affirmative sentence, declarative sentence. So let us get to know. First of all, we have written as a question that how do we use a simple past. Here is the formula, and this is affirmative form, I mean the positive form. How do we use this positive form? How do we form the sentence? By using this formula. Let us first understand what is formula. First, formula is subject we have to write. After subject, simple past form of the verb, in the sense V2 form of the verb should be there after object. In the very same way, how we used the positive sentence, affirmative sentence in the present simple. There we used subject plus the infinitive form of the verb plus object, right? So here in the place of infinitive form, we use V1 form. That's all. Rather than the same formation for the both tenses in positive cases, right? So here once again go through this formula. First one is subject. Okay, afterwards there should be the simple past form of the verb, that is V2. In regular and irregular we discussed, right, what is V2 form. So that form we need to use in the simple past after the subject. Afterwards object is as usual, it follows after the simple past, after the V1 form of the verb, V2 form of the verb. Okay, now by using this formula, let us frame some examples. I have already written some examples. Let us see that are there according to the formula or not. First sentence is I completed my homework yesterday. So if you observe here, I have written even keywords in every sentence, so that you can easily identify that sentence is in the simple past. Keywords I have already mentioned there, that we discussed, right, in our previous video, how to identify the simple past. By looking at the keywords, you can understand that sentence is in the simple past. Okay, some of the keywords I have written here in every sentence. The first sentence is I completed my homework. So here let us see, subject is here I, and we have taken I pronoun as subject here. So after subject, the simple past form of the verb is here completed, and afterwards my homework object we have used here. Okay, it's very simple, subject and V2 is there after object. As per this formula, it is in the sentence. Next, even if you take second example, same. Here subject we have taken you pronoun as subject. Okay, even for you pronoun, after you pronoun we have taken V2 form of the verb, the simple past form of the verb. Afterwards object followed as usual, and in the end the keyword we have written. I have underlined the keyword so that you can easily identify. Next, even the third sentence, if you look at that, here we pronoun we have taken in the place of subject, and after subject what we have to write, what we are supposed to write is the simple past form of the V2, that we have written here attended. Okay, see here, okay, I'll tell you that later. attended the meeting last week. Okay, after V2 object is here and also keyword is there, right? So adverb of time I have written here. Next, if you look at the fourth sentence, even we have applied the same formula. The fourth sentence is they shifted their family last year. Okay, here we have taken they pronoun as a subject and shifted we have taken V2 form. Next, their family last year is an object, last year is a keyword I have written. So that can make you to that can help you to identify the sentence which tense is in. Next, fourth, the fifth example, let us see. He bought a new car last month. Even we have taken he as subject in the sentence. Okay, bought is a V2, a new car last month is an object, right? Even here last month I have mentioned as a keyword. Okay, next, another example I have written. She celebrated her birthday last night. Here she is a subject, celebrated is V2, the simple past. Her birthday last night is an object and last night is a keyword in the sentence. Next, even for the pronoun it, here in the place of subject we have used it pronoun and flew. Here we have used V2 form of the verb. Away yesterday is an object. Yesterday again is the keyword in the sentence. Okay, if you observe here, in the present simple for the pronouns I, you, we, they, so we used certain form of the verbs in the positive sentence and we use even infinitive form, but we have added s to the main verb when we deal with he, she, it pronouns in the simple present, right? But when it comes to the simple past as per this formula, because we have only one auxiliary in the simple past, so we don't have to add any s to the main form of the verb in the affirmative case. So we used all V2 forms for all the pronouns. If you observe, for all, even for he, she, it pronouns we used only V2 form itself. Here we didn't add any s form to the main verb, if you observe this, right? So in the same way, and keywords I have mentioned here, and if you observe this, completed my homework yesterday. So what did we learn in our definition when we talk about the action? It started and completed in the past. We have no connection with now. In the same way, if she completed her homework yesterday, she started and completed yesterday, right? Again, in the second sentence, you visited my house last evening, right? Now this sentence doesn't talk about today or else now. It talks about the action which started and completed. She visited your house last evening. Even the third sentence that we have is we attended the meeting last week. Okay, they went and attended already the last week. They attended the meeting last week. So it started and completed. Even the fourth one, if you see, they shifted their family last year. Okay, they started and shifted, even it completed. We have no connection with present. Again, he bought a new car last month. Even that, if you observe these two sentences, even same means same, they make the same sense in a positive case. Okay, this is the formula. If you remember this formula, you can easily frame sentences in the simple past. Okay, positive sentences. Okay, as of now, what we have understood? So we have understood that subject plus V2 plus object is a formula to frame affirmative sentence in the simple past tense. These are some of the examples, and even I have underlined the keywords. Okay, so by using this formula, I want you to frame as many as affirmative sentences on your own. So before that, make a note of this in your book so that you can get some idea how to use the sentence. Okay, how to frame the affirmative sentence by using that formula. Make a note of this formula and question as well as these examples. This will help you to get some ideas to frame the sentence in affirmative form. Okay, please copy that.